Hello, busy moms. Welcome to Calm Mom Conversations. And today I am going to be talking about the title of this is Mom, You're Not Overwhelmed. And so, what I encourage you to do is go back to my last video that I posted last week called Stay Calm with Your Kids. And you might, after you listen to that one, you might think about um, the thoughts of, okay, I know why I may not stay calm, but why does it keep happening? And that's why this video is here, is we're going to go into more depth of why why do I struggle with staying calm? Because ultimately, we don't need to be perfect. We want that connection with our kids and we want them to learn that to be more emotionally intelligent. And so we want to be able to show them that yes, there are frustrating moments in our day, but we do not need to respond the way we've been responding. And this isn't just about finding ways to calm down. It's about understanding why you feel the way you do in moments that don't seem that big, right? I know that reactions for me weren't over the really big things. They were over the little things like dishes in the sink, shoes on the floor, being interrupted while I was doing something else. But they feel big inside. And if you've ever had that moment where you reacted faster than you wanted to, and then sat there thinking, why did I do that? You're not alone. Hi. If this is new to you, if you're new to this channel, welcome to Calm Mom Conversations. I'm Stacey Johnson. I'm an emotional resilience guide, and I'm here to help. I want a space where I can provide, tips and tools and information about, you know, why overwhelmed moms are reacting the way they are, have that connection with their kids, and find the ways to have that calm, more peaceful atmosphere in our homes, as well as bringing you tips in regards to uh, financial uh, freedom, creating a space where you can have more time for your kids and possibly create them generational wealth. So I have it all in this calm conversations. So let's take a moment. So we need to look at taking that moment before we react. And that's the part no one sees. So you've already been thinking all morning. So let me start your morning, right? You get up with your alarm clock, and before you even really start your day, you're already thinking and you're already managing time. You're keeping track of everything. You're responding to everyone else's needs. You're holding the emotional tone of your home, and it doesn't stop. Even when you sit down, even when things are quiet, your mind keeps going. And so when your child asks, Mom, Can you help me? It's not that question. It's another need. It's another decision, another moment where someone needs someone from you. And inside you, something just tightens. Let me show you what this really looks like. You're in the kitchen, you're trying to finish up dinner quickly, and your child starts talking to you. You can hear them, but your body feels rushed, so you respond short, maybe a little sharp. And immediately you feel it. It's right here. And it drops inside your chest even more. It's that thought. Oh, I didn't want to respond like that. Oh gosh. Because then you can see it on your child's face. Like you can feel their pain of going, what? What did I do? What did I do wrong? And then their reaction, or maybe they stomp off, or maybe they have something else sharp to say back. And then it starts this little spat or disagreement. And that's not what our kids need or want to feel either. And then there's that connection is not happening. Or maybe this, you've been handling everything all day. You maybe work outside the home, work inside the home. You've taken kids to sporting events, or, you've cooked dinner, you've done a load of laundry, you've done everything all day. And by the evening, you're tired, but your children are also tired. We have to remember that they've been, functioning as little humans and in school and holding it all together too. And they're tired, but they start melting down. And who knows what their meltdown could be about? Maybe it's, feeling like they don't want to give up, playing a video game when you tell them to take a shower. Whatever happens, they start melting down. And instead of you feeling calm and wanting to help them through that frustration, you feel irritated. Not because you don't care, but because you don't have anything left to give. Sorry, my dogs are starting to demand something of me. Or this one, you finally sit down at night and instead of feeling calm, your mind replays the whole day. You go back to the conversations that you may have had. Maybe you did have that little disagreement with your kids earlier when you were cooking dinner. And so you're replaying that conversation in your head. Or there was something that happened at work and you replay that. You replay, what did I say? What didn't I say? How did I show up for them? And somewhere in there is that feeling of guilt. And this is the part that matters. It's not just the reaction. It's what you make it mean about you. I should be better than this. I should have handled that differently. Why can't I stay calm? And slowly you start to question yourself. Not because you're failing, but because no one ever showed you what's actually happening inside these moments. So let me say this clearly. You are not overreacting. You're responding from a place that's already full. You're not lacking patience. You've been giving all day. And when there's no space left, your reactions come faster. That doesn't make you a bad mom. It makes you a human mom who's been holding a lot for a long time. This isn't about fixing yourself. It's about seeing yourself differently. Because when you start to recognize this isn't just this moment, everything begins to shift. It doesn't shift overnight, not perfectly, but gently. And instead of asking, what's wrong with me? You can start asking, what have I been holding today? What have I been holding today? So I want you to think about that question. Drop it in the comments. What have you been holding today? And I would love to discuss that question more with you in details. In the description is a link to my coffee chat, and book a coffee chat. Let's have that conversation. Let's talk about what have you been holding. You can bring your favorite beverage, water, tea, coffee, and let's have a friendly conversation. You know, I love meeting my audience. So book that coffee chat and let's talk about what have you been holding. And make sure you go back to the first video of Stay Calm with Kids and watch that one first, and then come back to this one. And when you watch both of them, you'll start to understand what is going on. And then you can ask yourself more clearly, what am I holding today? And also in the description is a link to the community that I'm involved in that has been helping me create that financial and time freedom for my kids and for myself, because I am able to build something with this community that allows me the more time because revenue is building kind of behind the scenes. You know, it's recurring income, and I don't have to work very much at it. It takes me about 20 minutes a day to work it, but it's an awesome community with so much support. So I would love for you to join me there as well. And also is my free overwhelm guide that gives you about 13, 14, maybe even more than that, tips that you can incorporate in your day. But also you can go back to any of my live streams, videos I provide. They were somatic Sundays, now they're mindful Mondays, where I provide actual tools that you can incorporate into your day to help build that calm. Those two tips will give you that calm for the moment, but what we're talking about today, will start to help you change how you're reacting, and you can build that calmness overall, more consistently. So again, thank you for joining Calm Mom Conversations, and I'll see you again next week.